everyone, it is Patty Marie with It's Natural, and today we are going to be filleting this huge aloe vera plant, aloe vera leaf. Isn't this huge? It is so thick. So that's what we're going to be doing. So make sure you stay tuned. Okay, so there's going to be a few things that you're going to need before we get started. Of course, you're going to need an aloe vera leaf. Now, this is the largest that I have ever seen, and I just got this at the local health food store, and it was just $1.99 per leaf. You're going to need a cutting board. I have a small one right here, cutting board. I have a paring knife, a spoon, a measuring cup, and you're going to need a blender. This is my Vitamix. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring you up close and have you watch me fillet this. So how are we going to do this? The first thing we're going to do is we're going to very carefully get these very prickly spines off the side, and I'll bring you in closer so you can see that. There's tiny, well, they're not tiny, they're very, they're not sharp, but they can hurt you. So we're gonna strategically do this very carefully. Now, since this is so big, I might cut this in half and do it in sections. But the first thing you want to do, whether you do it as a whole or in sections, is cut the sides. You're just going to slowly cut this all off the sides. And I'm going to go ahead and bring you in closer, and we'll go ahead and begin filleting this aloe vera plant or leaf so we can make different aloe vera stuff. All right, so let me go ahead and get you down closer. All right, so here we are, and as if you could see these very spiky ridge, like a spine of thorns like roses have. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead, since this is so large, I'm gonna do this, and look, my little cutting board is just, it's really long, or really short, really tiny, but it fits. It's good for what I intend to use things for. So this is a paring knife, and just be very careful, okay? So we're gonna cut it, and this is really, as you can see, look at that. Oh, goodness gracious, that looks so good. All right, so make sure you actually clean this off. And what we're gonna do is, I normally stand mine on the sides, and I just go down the side. You can do it in one sweep, like so. I cut some inside off of there. So you'll do the same thing off of this side. I want you to see that I did that, okay? And then there's the edges right there. So you're just gonna be very careful with your knife. And I'm using a paring knife again. Okay, and then also I'm going to actually compost all of this. So find something that you can put it in temporarily. I have this little bag here. I just I don't like things out and about, so I just try to clean up my area as best I can as I'm going. Okay, and then it still has a sticker on it, which it doesn't matter. And then you can go ahead and cut this right here if you like. It's up to you. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it alone. So what our plan is to do is to fillet it. Now, even my knife, you want to get in between, you can see where the leaf is and the gel. You want to get as close to the leaf, in between the leaf and the gel as possible. And I'm not sure if this knife, as you can tell, my knife is very short. So when I get up here, it might cause issues. So we'll just have to see. Okay, you might want to need some paper towels also for this because it might get, it's a very jelly, okay? So I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of look and see. I can squeeze my little knife in here, okay? And that's all you're gonna do is you're gonna, okay. And be careful and do this very slowly. So you don't want to cut yourself. Okay. Now, what I think I'm going to do is because it's not going to come off in one section here. If you have a, you know what, I do have a longer knife. Let me get a longer knife. Bear with me. I totally forgot I had this knife. So, again, just be very careful. The bigger knives you use. I like using my paring knife, so that's why that's my go-to. Just be very, very, now this is so much easier. And you're just filleting it. And as you can see, it's very jelly. Ooh, very jelly. I'm going to turn this around, and I think honestly, I think I'm going to cut this right here. This knife doesn't seem like it's very sharp. Okay. I'm going to set this aside because that's a lot right there. We'll put that in there for now. So you want to just do this very carefully. Now, like I said, you can do it in pieces if you want to. What you're trying to do is make sure you have all of the gel intact. All right, so I got that. There's still a lot on there. So now that we've got this, make sure your hands are clean too. You can use gloves if you want to. I'm going to turn this over and we're going to fillet the other side. Okay? So I'm going to push this down, make sure, and it is slippery. So just be careful with your hands that your hands don't slip and you cut yourself. So make sure you use knife safety. All right. And look at that. How beautiful that is. Oh my goodness, that is so beautiful. So I just wanted to make sure that I was getting all of it off of there. And then you can go back and get the rest off of this, which I'm going to. And this can get messy. So there's still a lot on the leaf, but for right now, we've got this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut off the sides wherever, you know, the leaf is still on there. I'm gonna cut that off. Okay, set that aside. Look at all that gel. Woohoo. Okay, let me open this little piece here. Now, aloe is so good. Like I've said before in my past videos, I actually drink aloe vera juice for my digestive system, and it repairs your digestive tract. And I drink 1 ounce a day. Okay, and we're gonna take that out. All right, so now this is where you're gonna use your, okay, some of the plant or leaf was still in there. So you're just gonna cut this up in pieces. Doesn't matter how big, you know, you can make it into squares or slice them. And then here, so you can see here, and there's a little bit of leaf still there, so I'm just gonna sliver that and cut this. All right. Now, since I know that there's more on here, what's a easier way, if you can't get it off with your knife, you can use a spoon, okay? And you just get underneath it, like so. Okay, so that's what I'm doing right there. And this came out in a beautiful piece. This was the largest leaf, aloe vera leaf that I have ever experienced. All right, so I'm gonna go right here and get the rest of this out right here. I used to have tons of aloe plants. And if you didn't know, aloe vera plant is a very good air cleaner. It cleans the air in your house. It's an all-natural air cleaner. So I was looking at purchasing another one. So here you go. Just scoop the rest in there. And like I said, this is all gel. I'm going to put that aside. Well, actually, I can put it in here since I'm done with it now. We're going to do the same with this. Now, if you're very good with a knife and you can get underneath here without hurting yourself, then, you know, go at it. For me, you know, I'm kind of digging into this, and it's just, sometimes it's easier to just use a spoon. So if you're having trouble with getting it up, you know, the leaf apart from the gel, use a spoon. Just start with a spoon, cut it in chunks, and just get your spoon underneath it. I'm wanting to get absolutely every single part of this beautiful, beautiful gel. All right. I know some of it we're just, I don't think we'll be able to get as much as we can out of this. This is good for sunburns. It's all natural, antiviral, and antibacterial. So you can use this as a hand sanitizer, as a gel. And you know, people look at this and go, Oh, I'm not going to use this. It's too sticky, you know. It's for what do you call it? I can't even think right now. Hand sanitizer. Yeah, if in its natural form like this, but you can find it in juice form. Not the type or the gel. You don't want to buy the gel that's for sunscreen. It says aloe vera for, you know, for sun. Don't use that because if you read the ingredients, it says it is, it has alcohol in it. So you don't want to use that. Alcohol is really bad for your skin. So you see right here, I'm filleting the sides. This was the, that was the rest of the big aloe vera plant. So again, I'm just taking off the little thorns. And then if you have a thing that you can compost, you can use a composter and put this in the compost. So it goes back into the earth. All right, so I'm gonna start filleting. And now I'm gonna probably, well, let me try this. If it seems like it'll work with this, then I will. This is not a very sharp knife. There we go. Okay. Okay. All right. So you know what? It's got a little bit of sections here that are showing some bruising. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just gonna cut those off. Okay, just cut those sections off. Okay, and now since these are in smaller pieces, I'm just gonna go ahead and use my spoon again. And right now we have a cup. This is 1 cup. Let me just scoop this one right here. So once this is, this is kind of slippery, so be careful. Especially when you're using knives, be very careful because this is slippery and it is gel consistency, so. Okay, so I'm just gonna scoop this out like so. And like I said, you can, if you have a smaller one, it's easier to use a spoon than a knife, I find, with the smaller ones. Yeah, I got that one out really good. Okay. And then this little part right here, the very, very tip. Just apply a little bit pressure. And there you have it. All right. So I've got a little bit from this leaf. I'm just going to go in here and see if I can get any more off of here. It doesn't look like I'm getting a little bit. So I'll take that over here. Bring this over here so you can see. All right, we are completely done filleting that. Look at this. All right, so I have about that big one, and like I said, paper towels. And then you're also going to need a container to put this in after we go ahead and blend this. And then this is the very bottom portion, and I'm just going to go in here and do my best to see if I can scrape this out of here. This is the very end of the, where it was at the cut from the, there. Good, we got it. And there's a little bit of browning right there, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and cut that portion off. Okay. All right, so now that we've done that, we're gonna compost the leaves. I have all of this beautiful, beautiful gel. Now we're gonna pour it into the, our blender. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. All right, so that's all in there. And I need to go ahead and plug this in right quick. If you have like a bullet or something, you can use a bullet too. It does not necessarily have to be a Vitamix. I do highly recommend a Vitamix. It's the best blender that I have had for blending absolutely anything. I'm just cleaning up the gel that's spilt, or I've poured it on there by accident. So you can make this, you can use this for anything. I use it for my hair. I use it for my digestive tract now. It is very good for constipation. Okay, so now it's in the blender and I'm just going to go ahead and turn it on. You don't need it on very high. I'm gonna go ahead and actually turn up the pulsing here to mix it up a little bit better. You don't need to turn it on full force. The variations right there, I just have it on regular. Turn it up a little bit higher so it mixes better. Okay, so right now it is at, looks like 3 ounces, or 3 cups. And so I had, the gel was 1.5 cups, and then it came into the blender with 3 cups. So I do not think I'm gonna have enough cups to fill this with. But what I'm gonna do is just get some containers, and then you can put them in the refrigerator and you can use it for practically everything and anything. Like I said, it's antibacterial, antiviral. So I'm gonna go ahead and move this over so you can see what I'm doing. All right, so we have the blended aloe vera, and there is some froth on here. This might make it. Well, barely, just barely. Ooh. And there is some froth in here. So, well, wait a minute. Yeah, it was 3 cups. But that's not 3 cups. But it was 3 cups. Okay, it was 3 cups. But as you can see, it's, I don't know if you can, it's very foamy. So let me see, I'm gonna pause you for a minute and see if I can get you, so you'll be able to see it. Okay, now as you can see, look at all that foam. So that'll settle. I'm gonna leave the cap off until it does. And there you have it. You have aloe vera filleted and prepared. You can use this on your hair. You can use it as hair gel. You can use it as hair shampoo. You can use it as your face as a cleanser. You can use it as antibacterial spray. You can use it for your hands. You know, there's so many different uses for aloe vera. It is the most wonderful plant that you could have in your home. And here I just have a little bit more in there that I'm just gonna go ahead and pour. There's some froth right there, so I want to make sure I got all of that froth, because there's some gel in there in the froth. So once the bubbles go down, okay? And so what I'm going to do is just put this in the refrigerator. This will keep for a very long time. Remember, it's antibacterial and antiviral. And so make sure you watch, like, and subscribe. And thank you for watching. And there you have it. Your already antiviral, antibacterial aloe vera ready prepared. Doesn't take that long to do. And I will put links below on everything that you're going to need. Again, you're going to need some containers to hold it. You're going to need a measuring cup, you know, 1 or 2 different sizes of knives, a spoon, a cutting board, a blender, some paper towels, something to, you know, if you want to wear gloves, you can. Make sure your hands are washed, and that's it. That didn't take very long to do. And like I said, I'm going to wait for the bubbles to go down, and then I'm going to start making some items with this. You can make soaps. You can do a whole bunch of other stuff that you can do with aloe vera. And like I said, you can drink it no more than an ounce a day, because it does cure constipation. If you're constipated, just take a little bit of aloe vera and you'll be just good to go. All right, well, thank you for watching this video. Be safe, be healthy. Make sure you watch the next video. I will catch you later. Bye for now.